Good afternoon, you sports fans. Today is Friday, October 29th, 2021. It's Raphael Esparza from DocSports.com. Give you another episode of Ask a Bookie. It's the weekend show. It's football season, and we're getting ready for a big, I guess we can say holiday weekend because it is Halloween on Sunday, but some great games tonight, starting with two games going in college football. Tonight, we got World Series Game 3. Hopefully it plays. They're just expecting some light rain, or hopefully it is some just light rain, so they still be able to throw the first pitch. But Game 3 tonight, and Houston Astros, Atlanta Braves game should be fun to watch. Two games, first in college football. First game, Navy Tulsa. Tulsa's minus 11. Total is 46. There's some 47s out there. There's some 46 and 40. Wow, three totals out there: 46, 46 and a half, and a 47. So make sure you get the best number as possible for what you want to do in this game. And then the late game over in Reno, Nevada, we got the UNLV Rebels versus the Nevada Wolfpack. Number is 20. Total is 58 and a half. Should be a very interesting game. I believe is my YouTube free play earlier today. I believe the UNLV Rebels cover this number. I think Nevada still wins this game by like 17. But if Brunfield plays for UNLV, I think he can keep this game a little bit close. Maybe see how they played it like a couple weeks ago against San Jose or Fresno State. So I think this game could be close. If Brunfield plays, if he doesn't play, I would highly not probably pull the trigger on UNLV. It's a late game. Maybe you can get. I'm hoping to get 21. I have not played it yet. I was hoping to get plus 21 points for UNLV in this one, but that is what I am looking for tonight's game. Like I said, three games, World Series. Two games of college football, Navy Tulsa, UNLV Nevada, and then we have a full slate of NHL and NBA. But like I said, feel free to chime on in on anything you want to talk about this weekend. We got great games today: NBA, NHL, college football, World Series. Great weekend stuff. We got UFC 267 tomorrow in the afternoon, depending on where you live. A whole bunch of Russian fighters, but we have the main event. The co-main event should be really interesting. Can't wait to watch Peter Yan and Sandhagen fight, and then of course the main event, Blachowicz and Teixeira. So that should be a fantastic UFC 267. But let's face it, next week's UFC is going to be crazy up at Madison Square Garden. I'm actually going to miss that thing going live just because I will be at the Plant Canelo Alvarez fight. So it should be fantastic. I can't wait to watch UFC 268 and a tape replay, because I'll be watching boxing live. I'm going to try to squeeze the feed into my computer when I'm at the fight, but it should be very interesting. But again, this is Raphael Esparza from DocSports.com. Give you another episode of Ask a Bookie. Feel free to chime on in. Hopefully, sometime in this half-hour show, we'll release our Mountain West free play for you today in college football. Saturday Mountain West action. I might throw in an NFL free play as well. But hopefully, you guys will have a fantastic weekend. The start of the weekend. Hope you guys have a fantastic Halloween weekend. Throw in anything you want on here. If you want me to suggest anything, if you want to talk about football, NBA, NHL, UFC, feel free to chime on in the comments section. But we'll get going with some stuff. I'm always talking college football on the weekend show, but we're going to start off with some NFL stuff, and maybe I will release my NFL free play on that one. Great game yesterday. I had the under as my free play as the Packers actually went on the road to Arizona, so we cashed that nice free play win on the under. I actually played it late, so I actually cashed that ticket. So hopefully we can have another free play winner for you guys earlier today. But look, Miami Buffalo, this game's really high. Buffalo 14. Total is 48 and a half, 49, a couple of shots. I think Buffalo wins this one. This one opened up at 11 and a half, 12, got bet all the way up to 14. Two is not that bad. And I know they've agreed to trade for Watson, but I don't think Watson still plays. Miami said, hey, we'll trade for Watson, but you need to let us know all his legal stuff, and we're not going to accept that trade until it's all said and done. And I don't think that thing is going to be all said and done. I think Buffalo wins that one. Carolina, Atlanta. A lot of people like Atlanta. Handicappers, wise guys. The books are probably going to be begging for Carolina money. This one opened up 1.5, 2, got bet all the way up to 3. So it should be very interesting to see what that one. Mark, what's going on? Thoughts on the Navy Tulsa game? That number is pretty much dead on. I made the number 10. Opened up at 9.5, got bet up to 11. I'm just not sold on Navy, so I'm leaning towards taking Tulsa in this game. I really like the under at 48.5. Got bet all the way down to 46 and a half. If you can get that 47, I know win. And I think FanDuel has 47. I think the under could be a nice live bet. I don't have any action on it, but again, I'm not sold on Navy, even though 1-6, but I know they've covered 4 out of the 7 this year. I just couldn't put my money on Navy, but I think the under is probably the way to go on this one if you can get a good number, especially if you can get that 47 out there. But no opinion on the game itself. I think the road team has covered 7 out of 8. I think that's why some money came in on Navy. Unless for some reason this one moves to 12.5, which I highly doubt. Then I might have to take a look at the midshipman. But right now, I would say the under probably looks like the best bet. Just on how Navy plays their game, they're going to want to keep Tulsa's offense off the field. So I'm leaning towards the under on that one. And I think Navy games have, I think the last 10 games, if I'm not mistaken, I think 7 of them have gone under the total. So the under was the first thing that screamed out to me when I saw that game release. So hopefully you have a great weekend, Mark. Cash big. But like I said, I'm leaning towards Tulsa. If I can get a better number on Navy, like 12 or higher, I might take a shot there. But the under, I believe, is probably the way to go in that game. So, Mark, have a great weekend. Thanks for the question that piled on in. Philadelphia, Detroit. I like the Lions this one. This one almost made my plays for Docs. Since we're talking right here, this was my free play for an NFL free play. My NFL free play was taking the Detroit Lions to get their first W of the year. I'm going to take the plus 3.5. I'm not the biggest money line better in any sport, NFL, NBA. I just don't play that many money lines. But this is what I might to take the Detroit Lions on the money line to beat the Philadelphia Eagles. The Eagles is just in a wreck. They're probably going to be looking for a new head coach. They thought about benching their quarterback. I want nothing to do with the Eagles. I'm not saying the Detroit Lions are a great team, but I would take the plus 3.5 at home. So there's my NFL free play for you guys. We'll release our Mountain West free play shortly, but I'm going to take the Lions on Sunday against the Eagles. Tennessee, Indianapolis. No opinion on this one. I thought Indy would be a 1-point favorite, so 2.5. I might take a shot at Tennessee. I've been riding on Tennessee as of late to have not pulled the trigger. No opinion on the Rams, Houston. No opinion on Cincinnati at the Jets. Of course, Cincinnati is probably going to win that one, but wouldn't it be freaky if a rookie quarterback for the Jets, or I shouldn't say, so no-name quarterback for the Jets beat the high-praised Cincinnati, since they're the flavor of the week in the NFL, the Bengals. So no opinion on that one. Really interested in Pittsburgh, Cleveland. Now that Baker Mayfield was announced, he's playing. Oh, look at it. Just as I said that, a 4 just popped up in that game. I would not be shocked if Cleveland wins this. I would not be shocked if everyone who's just been downplaying Pittsburgh that they're old, Roethlisberger should retire, blah, 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 blah. So I'm going to keep an eye on this one. If I can get more points on Pittsburgh, I might pull the trigger on Pittsburgh. So San Francisco, Chicago. I was leaning towards this one as my free play for you guys, taking the Bears over San Francisco, but I just couldn't pull the trigger because that offensive line is terrible for San Francisco. But I think the Bears keep that game close. Total's 39.5. That's how bad the offense is of both of them, San Francisco and Chicago. The total's 39.5. Wow. No opinion on Jacksonville, Seattle. Seattle coming up a bad loss to the Saints, even though we had a Seattle on that one, as I think it's I can't remember, it was a 5-unit play, 6-unit play. I don't remember my unit plays because it's hard for me to keep a track of what I release and what I don't release, and my plays I do play and that I don't really. It's just like I said, I play a lot of games that I don't release for Doc Sports just because I'm waiting for that number. Sometimes when we have to release our games, especially in baseball and NHL early, sometimes the line has moved and I bet it right before the game starts. So I play a lot of games that I don't release for Docs because of the scheduled times. But you know what? Sometimes it helps me, sometimes it hurts me, but it is what it is. I've been doing it for so many years. New England Chargers, everyone's all over New England. I saw a wise guy action come in. I saw a lot of other handicappers on different sites love New England. I don't wait to see how low I can get the Chargers. If I get 3.5, I might take a shot at the Chargers on this one. Even though New England, I know they were my Super Bowl pick this year. I was throwing out a long shot, but I like the Chargers coming off a bye week. Washington, Denver, no opinion. I think Teddy Two Gloves and Denver really need to win this one because if not, he gets benched for the Broncos. They almost benched him last week. Tampa Bay, New Orleans. Really curious to see how low this one comes. If Tampa may, if I can get the Saints at maybe a higher number than 5, I might pull a trigger on the Saints. I think it's going to be a lot of scoring going in that one. I thought the total 49.5. I really thought that total was going to be 51.5. So I like that game to go over. And I'm looking to see what kind of line movement, if I can maybe play that game. So that's what I'm looking at in that. Dallas, Minnesota. I liked the Vikings before the number went crazy yesterday. It was Dallas -1.5, and then all of a sudden it was the other way around, and it was a pick 'em. Now Minnesota's -3. So talk about crazy line movement on that game yesterday. And we'll talk about. You know what? I'm not going to be here on Monday. No show next week for Monday and Fridays. I'll be traveling on those days, and then Friday no show because I'll be at the plant. Canelo festivities. So no show completely next week. But don't forget the week after that, next in 2 weeks, we start doing shows 3 days a week, Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So week off next week because I'll be traveling. But in the week after that, we start doing shows 3 times a week, Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. So I can't wait to talk to you guys 3 days a week, but it should be fun and exciting. Don't forget to chime on in if you have any questions. If you want me to talk about a game that you're looking at, if you want me to see what kind of line movement we could see on that game, I have the betting screen open so I can see what kind of money is coming in. I can see what the offshores or global books are looking at and how heavy they are. So feel free to chime on in to see what kind of line movement games are getting. Some really interesting Big Ten games on the early time slot on Saturday. First one, Iowa, Wisconsin. I agree with Wisconsin being the favorite in this one. I didn't agree at 3.5. I thought it should have been like 3 or even a 2. The number is starting to come down. Westgate moved it to 3. Caesars moved it to 3. I think DraftKings moved it to 3. There's some 3.5s out there. So if you like Iowa, jump on that 3.5. There's no way this game's going to 4. I'm just seeing a lot of action both ways on this game, so there's no way they're going to move it a full point, but they can move it a half a point. So if you like Iowa, grab the 3.5 now. There's no way that game goes to 4. If you like Wisconsin, maybe go back and see if you can get that 3 if your book only has 3. But I would wait. I think this one probably goes off at 3 at the early kickoff on Saturday. No opinion on Bowling Green, Buffalo, Duke, Wake Forest. Wow, this total's moved 3 points, opened up at 68, now it's 71. If this one continues to climb, as South Point has 71.5 and DraftKings have 72, I might have to take a shot to under because every game that's been a big total has not panned out, seems like. So if this one continues to climb, I might have to take a shot at the under. Wow, WinBet still has 69.5 in this game. That's a nice little weird middle where you can get Caesars at 72 and WinBet at 69.5, a 2.5 point a shot on that one. Michigan State. Here's another really popular game that I've seen a lot of action come in. Wise guys and other handicappers from other sites. Everybody on Michigan State plus the 4. I'm torn on this one. I want to fade the other wise guys and the other handicappers I've seen on different platforms, especially on social media. They're all over Michigan State. I want to take Michigan. I don't want to lay the 4. Probably not going to lay this one. I was hoping it would go back down to 3 or 3.5, but I think Michigan wins this game. I'm sorry. I might be a little out of the bloom or out of the norm on this one, but I think Michigan wins this game. I know Michigan State's head coach is probably the flavor. He's going to get a lot of job offers. He's mentioned at USC. He's mentioned at LSU. He could be mentioned over at Virginia Tech. If Florida loses this weekend, he could be mentioned at Florida. So I think he could be mentioned for a lot of jobs. So keep an eye out for that. But I like Michigan on that one. So it should be a great game. Again, this is Raphael Esparza from DocSports.com. Feel free to chime on in. If you have any questions, feel free to chime on in. Mark had a great question of Navy Tulsa. We could talk about UFC. We could talk about NBA, NHL, World Series Game 3. Hey, Zareth, what do you think about the Hurricanes, NHL, and Brooklyn Nets moneyline parlay? I want nothing to do with Brooklyn right now. I still think that even though they're not saying that Kyrie is not the reasoning that they're not playing well, but I want nothing to do with them. I mean, they should win the game. You said money line, but it's hard for me to think about putting my money in on the Brooklyn Nets. I mean, it's 8.5, if I'm not mistaken. So you're on the right path. And Carolina, Chicago. I mean, I like the money line parlay again, so I cannot tell people to bet parlays. Parlays paid my salary when I worked on the Vegas Strip and still working now for an odds maker. But I agree. I mean, fade the Blackhawks. They're just in a complete I don't want to say mess inside the locker room and inside the organization and on the ice, but what a big drop bomb. So I'm just a little bit worried on Brooklyn just because on how they played without Kyrie. I think Carolina wins that. I think they beat Chicago. So I think that is something to look at as a two-teamer. But the only thing I'm a little nervous for you is the Brooklyn Nets. But again, I do believe they win the game. But Carolina, I do believe they blow up Chicago. So good luck on that two-teamer. I have no action on either of those games. And so I will be rooting for you to cash that ticket. So I got no action on Carolina, Chicago, or in that game. So I'll be rooting for you. So good luck tonight and cash big. Neil, any thoughts on Buffalo, Bowling Green? That was the game I was just getting ready to talk about. We're like in sync, Neil, but I think both teams are going to be able to run the ball. I'm a little bit shocked that the total dropped from 53 to 51 and a half. I think the number is just a little bit too high now for Buffalo. I actually thought Buffalo opened up at 12 and a half. I thought it was going to go down to maybe 12 or maybe an 11 and a half. So I would have to maybe take a shot at Bowling Green. It's a little early game. If you can maybe get 14, which I don't think. I think 13 and a half. There is 114 at WinBet out there, but I'm looking to either take the plus points with the Bowling Green. I just thought the number was a little bit tad high. I really thought Buffalo would have probably closed around 12, 11 and a half. So I think there's value with Bowling Green on that one. Yeah, but I guess one of us is cashing because you really like Buffalo here. I'm being dumb. I just think that they play really good. They do play really good. The Bulls always play good. It's always a tough place to steal a victory. You are correct. They have won 8 out of 10. I just thought the number was a tad high. I'm not going to have any action on it myself, but if you're playing Buffalo, what number did you get 13 and a half? I guess you probably did get 13 and a half. So I respect that. I'll root for you. I have no action on the game. I'm not looking to play a Bowling Green unless for some odd reason it goes to 14 and a half, or even 15, which I highly doubt because we're not getting that much action on the game. Let me hold on to see what kind of action. Mostly getting Buffalo money coming in, but nothing to us to move it off 14 to that key number. But I root for you. Like I said, I'm probably not going to have anything, so good luck. Putting it on a teaser at 9.5. Good luck on your teaser. I would love to know the other teams you are putting on your teaser, but if you could tease it down to 9.5, I think that's a really good number for Buffalo. So good luck on your teaser, Neil. Good luck on the play itself. But have a great weekend. So, what do you think about Lee or Hooker this weekend on UFC Underdogs? Hooker, no, I do think Lee is a live dog for UFC. I don't know if I'm gonna have any action on Lee, but that's just a big number, and he's got power on both hands, and he can, if he connects, it's lights out. As long as he doesn't get taken to the ground early, Lee's a very live dog. I might have to put something on Lee, but the other one, Hooker, I want nothing to do with Hooker on this one. I think if I had to pick one of those dogs, I think Lee's a really live dog. I know I'm not sold on Hooker yet. You know, some of these names are not big if you don't like UFC or the fight game, but there's a really good fights and good names on there. Can't wait to watch the co-main event, Yan and Sanhagen. But I can't wait to watch Lee. I think that's going to be a fantastic fight. Those guys really, they really look to me they dislike each other at the weigh-ins and the press conference. So I think Lee's a very live dog. So good luck on Zarita on that one. If you put some action on that, I probably will be with you on that one as well. Just have not put any wagers on some underdogs on UFC, but Lee's the one I'm definitely looking at. Neil, do you like the Clippers +3 tonight after the horror show against Cleveland? Yeah, that was a complete horror show. I'm just trying to figure out this Clipper team. I mean, I don't know what kind. Portland, they're back into the rumors with Philadelphia again. So I could see the Clippers winning that 1+3. I was hoping to get more points on that game. I was hoping to get 3.5 or 4. But I don't have anything in that game. I was actually looking to bet the under when it was 225. It got quickly bet down to 222. So It's a late game, so I want to wait to see if there's any kind of late line movement on that one. But I could see the Clippers winning that game just because you said it, the train wreck. This Cleveland team's not that bad of a team of what we've seen before. I'm hoping Cleveland shows up some offense tonight. I like Cleveland Lakers game to go over the total, even though the number has moved 3 points, open up at 219. Now it's 221.5, so it should be crazy on that one. But I can see that. Eric, what's good, Raphael? Everything's good. It's Halloween weekend, so candy's good and all that. I was looking at Charlotte and the candy. Any thoughts? I do. I thought the number was a tad too high. I thought Charlotte would come up around 3 or 4, so 5 is a big number. I'm just really like the way this Miami team plays, so I'm probably going to sit back and just watch this one because I really like the way Charlotte plays. They're a totally different team than last year and how they're playing. Playing some really, really good team ball, Charlotte is. So I really enjoy them, but I can see that. I don't have it, but I can kind of see where it's going. It is an actual letdown spot for Miami. It is. I think the number was too high. I thought it was going to be like around 4-ish. So if you can get +5, I don't think it's going to have any light line movement. It's 5s all across the board. There's 1 5.5 global. And I don't think that trend's going to happen. It opened up at 5.5 and it quickly got bet down. So I can see that. I thought the line was a little bit too high. Mark, do you feel the Cavs are decent this season after wins over the Hawks? Yes, I think it's a different Cavs team, a younger team. They're like playing with each other. So, yeah, this is a totally different Cavs team than we've seen before. Before we would see that the Cavs could be the worst team in the Eastern Conference, but this is a totally different Cavs team. I think Detroit Pistons could be one of the worst teams in the NBA, in the Eastern Conference. So yeah, I enjoy watching this Cleveland team. They're young, they're fun to watch. So yeah, keep an eye out for them. They're not going to make the playoffs. Don't get me wrong, but they're going to be fun team to watch. Eric, I hope you enjoy trick or treating, Eric. Neil, this is just beginning, but I think Seahawks bounce back this weekend. I kind of like the Seattle. I talked to some other sharp guys. They actually like Seattle. Probably not going to play it. I was on Seattle +5. As well, so I got that nice win, but I don't know if I'm going to jump ship and bounce back on them yet. It's a Sunday. It's a late Sunday afternoon game, so I got time to see if there's going to be any kind of line movements. I can see them bounce back. I'm not sold on Jacksonville. I mean, don't get me wrong, but there was 1-4 out there, and I'm just afraid that if I don't put it down now, that it could be 4s all across the board. So I don't think we're going to see 3 on Seattle. I think we're going to see more 3.5s and 4s. So I would say if you like Seattle, hurry up and bet it now. Zurith, what do you think about bounce back form for the Warriors against OKC? I do see that bounce back game for that one. I'm not sold on OKC, even though they play well as a team as well. Forget that. So I do kind of look for Golden State. They've been playing some really good ball. They're getting some really, really good bench play, Golden State. So when they're complete healthy, they're going to be really, really interesting to watch. I kind of like the Warriors on that bounce back game against OKC coming up. Is there a number in that game on that? 12, too high, 12.5, total 220. Golden State. I was hoping to get 10 or less, but I'm not taking Golden State at 12.5. Total's 220. We'll wait to see if there's any line movement on that one. But numbers, like I said, win bets and offshores opened up 12.5. So I'll wait to see if there's any line movement. I can see Golden State bouncing back. Eric, what about Mississippi State +1 versus Kentucky? I like State. I'm on the other side on that one. I don't have any action, but I like Kentucky in that game. I think they get their first I don't want to say a real win, but a first win in Starksville in a very, very long time. So I'm looking at Kentucky. I think Kentucky can control the line of scrimmage, and I think their defense is for real. So I'm leaning towards Kentucky. And Kentucky's 6-1 against the spread. How can you fade Kentucky? I've had them a couple of times this year that I've cashed some tickets, and I know the home team has dominated this series. And again, I know what Mississippi State has done in the past, but I'm leaning towards taking Kentucky. I want to see if I can get some more points. So we're going battle to battle, Eric, on that game. So one of us is winning that game. But good luck on that one. I'm sorry. I mean, I'm on the other side. What am I going to do? So it is what it is. Hopefully, one of us is going to cash a ticket. Right now, I don't have any action on it. So if you do, I'll be rooting for you. Would you tease it? Depends on Zurich. What depends on what I tease. I definitely don't tease NBA games. The only thing I would highly recommend teasing is, of course, NFL and football. And I always recommend doing 7 points, either at -140 at the highest on 7th. I don't recommend teasing NBA games just because I witness a lot of handicappers when I worked in Vegas. Not as much globally when I see it, but just a lot of people just teasing dumb NBA games that would lose and lose and lose. So I highly recommend teasing. I've never saw anyone have good success teasing basketball game. So that's just me. If you want to tease it and grab another team, I'll be rooting for you. Let me know. But I do think Golden State bounce back. It's a little bit. Hopefully that number comes down for you, Zarita. Don't bet it now. Don't tease it now. Wait to see what happens tomorrow. Eric, right on. Appreciate it. At least one of us will win. Yep, one of us will win. Probably going to be you. Neo, NC State -6.5 against Louisville. A little bit tied high. I made that number 5. So I'm a little bit biased on that one. Probably not going to have anything, but I think NC State, their defense is going to be key on that one. So I kind of understand why it's 6.5, but I think it's a tad too high. And Louisville, of course, their offense has been playing much better. This number actually came down. Opened up at 7. There's a 6 out there. Circa has 6. So if you're looking to bet NC State, wait to see if you can get that 6. It is a 7:30 game. So we have plenty of time to look at that. So I would wait to see if you can get 6 on that one. I don't think it's going to go back to 7, so you have time. Thoughts on the MLB game tonight, leaning Braves. I'm also leaning the Braves myself and the over. Why not keep on playing the over? I had the over in game 1, got a push, had the over in game 2 cash. So I know weather's going to be involved in that game, but I think the bullpens are going to be involved in this game as well. So I'm going to continue to play the World Series games over at 8.5. But I'm leaning towards the Braves tonight as well. I think the Braves go up 2-1. So we're on the same page on World Series tonight, Eric. So let's cash on the Braves. I actually have a small ticket on the Braves, nothing big. I have a bigger bet on the over, but I do have a small ticket on Atlanta. Zurich, how do you feel about the Chargers this weekend? I'm leaning towards the Chargers this weekend, Zurich. I'm just waiting for line movement because the public and other handicappers and wise guys are all on New England because this one opened up at 6 and it was 5 and now it's 4. So I like the Chargers this weekend. I'm going to wait to see what number I can get. It is the afternoon game, so I'm going to wait to see if I can get a better number than 4.5. So I'm with you on that one. I'm looking to bet the Chargers. Good MMA card this weekend. Yes, a good one. Should be very interesting. I'll probably have 2 plays released. I can't wait to see my other ones, but I'm gonna wait for some line movement. I'm kind of glad that it is an afternoon UFC card because there's some really, really good college football cards, especially in the late game. So let me answer these 2 questions, and I can give you my college football free play. Quinn got a teaser for this weekend in the NFL. Bucks +2.5, Dolphins +19 at Jags 6. What do you think? Like the Bucks, don't like the Dolphins, and that number on the Jags is interesting at +6.5. I would lean towards that one. Even though the Dolphins, that's a big number, +19.5. I'm just not sold. Even though Tua played really well on that one, but it's very interesting. And the Bucs one could be very curious too. The Saints are playing with a lot of heart coming back home on Halloween. But good luck on that teaser. But my college football free play for you guys is a late game on Sunday or Saturday. The Mountain West. Give me some San Diego State at -1. I'm going to wait to see if I can get Pick'em on that game because some shops have Pick'em over Fresno State. Another San Diego State disrespected last week at Air Force. A lot of people like the Force. San Diego State wins on the road. I just think San Diego State is the better team, especially on defense. And I'm going to take San Diego State to stay perfect. And I know there's a lot of money on Fresno State. I saw some 6-figure bets come in on the betting screen over the week. I've seen some other handicappers love Fresno State and some other wise guys. But I like San Diego State at home, laying a very, very small number. So give me San Diego State. So that's my college football free play. NFL free play is Detroit Lions. And now my college football free play for you guys is San Diego State -1. I'm hoping to get that pick 'em, but I'll lay -1 over Fresno State. Thomas Raphael, my friend, was given 3 plays for the first 2 hits. Last one, UNLV that came over 58. Your thoughts? If Brumfield plays for UNLV, I think the game does go over. If he doesn't, then I'm a little bit scared on it. I like UNLV plus the points if Brumfield, the quarterback, plays for UNLV. So be very cautious to see if he plays or plays not. I haven't checked in a while, so if the status comes out, I apologize if I'm wrong. But I'm waiting to see if he plays for UNLV at the quarterback. So if I'm hearing let down for the Bengals, I don't see it. I mean, they're playing the Jets. I agree. It could be a letdown for the Bengals. Big emotional win. I think they win that game. Now, do they cover that big number is a totally different thing. So I can understand a letdown game, but if you would have told me this, the Bengals, I would be in first place in that division October 29th, I would have been like, you're crazy. So crazy things have happened in football. So Eric, the line has moved a half point since this morning. Yes, it has. It has moved. So like I said, I'm waiting to see that. I think you're on the right side on that one. So we'll see if there's what kind of line movement, if there is or any. What is it right now? I mean, it's still 58 and a half. There's a couple of 58. Caesars has 58. WinBet has 58. Circa has 58. Most of the global books have 58 and a half. So that should be interesting. I mean, the total did opened up at 59 and a half. It got bet down a little bit. So it's not like anything we have seen. So Zurith, you're a good man. Appreciate your service. Thank you, Zurith. I'm glad you jumped on board again. I'll be back. No shows next week for Monday or Fridays. I'm out of town and be enjoying the fights on Friday. So no show. But don't forget, the week after that, in November, 3 days a week, Mondays, Wednesdays, and Friday, we'll be doing a show at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, talking a lot of NBA hoops, NHL on Wednesdays and stuff like that. So I can't wait to do the show 3 days a week. So you guys have always had fantastic questions. You guys always have been kind to me with all the stuff that you come in. People don't come in and bash me. I mean, people could come in and bash me. I don't care. I'm an open book. You guys see how I am. I don't hide away from anything. If I lose, I lose. If I lost, I lost. So I am an open book when it comes to that one. NBA today, James Prince wants to know if I have any NBA. I didn't really care for a lot of stuff in the NBA. I was leaning towards taking the Pelicans plus 1.5. I think that might be a play that I was hoping to get 2 when it first opened up. So I was looking to fade Brooklyn at plus the 8. And this one I'm just not sold on Brooklyn yet. And I think we see a lot of points scored in the Cleveland Lakers game. I would not be shocked if the Lakers don't cover this one, but I think we see a lot of points scored in that one. It moved 2 points already, so if, it's a late game, so I would not be shocked if we see 222 or 223 in the Laker game. So I would hurry up and get that total now. So those are what I'm looking at the NBA. Eric, have a good weekend, everyone. Best of luck. Eric, you have a great weekend as well. Beat the books, and as well. Have a great weekend, Eric. I'm also hearing a lot of guys like the Saints. Who you got? I'm leaning. If the number move, I'm thinking about laying the Saints. I like the over as well in that game. I think we see a lot of points scored in that game as well as it. So I'm looking to bet the Saints if I can get a better number. I don't think we're going to see a lot of Tampa Bay money come in if we haven't already. But I think we see a lot of points scored in that one. But my first gut feeling was take the Saints. Have not played it yet. Looking to play it, though, if I can get better number. James, you're a newbie. Thanks for chiming on in, James. You have a fantastic weekend. Again, I'll be doing the show, James, 3 days. But I'll still be doing some free. Check me out on Instagram at Raphael Esparza. You can get some. Thanks for everyone chiming in.